Below is my response. The project developer is Dot Services, who is currently undertaking the feasibility study for the transmission line, and its associated substations that is at 95% complete. A draft report was submitted in May 2023, followed by a revised version on 15th March 2024. The revised study is under review by Uganda Electricity Transmission Company to ensure it meets the required technical and financial benchmarks. This review process is critical to confirming the viability and alignment of the project with the national energy goals. That Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, in parallel, the project is undergoing appraisal under the Public Investment Management System and is currently at the pre-feasibility stage. This appraisal aims to ensure the project aligns with the national investment priorities and delivers value for money, a key consideration for infrastructure projects of this magnitude. The delays in the project implementation are attributed to these ongoing negotiations and feasibility study and reviews. The government remains fully committed to addressing these challenges and accelerating the implementation of this critical infrastructure to enhance electricity access. Number 6, question came from Honorable Dr. Yume, MP Koboko Municipality. In 2023, the Uganda Organ Donation and Transplant Act 2023 was enacted. There is currently a backlog of over 100 patients who need kidney transplant services. According to him, Mulago Hospital now has a capacity for kidney transplant, while Lubaga Hospital has a capacity for liver transplant services. The only limitation is the appointment and operationalization of the Organ Transplant Council. His prayer is that when will government constitute and operationalize the council in order to save lives and limit medical tourism, especially for those who cannot travel abroad for transplant services. My response, Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, is that the government, the Uganda Human Organ Donation and Transplant Act 2022 was assented to by the President on 15th March 2023. To operationalize this law requires a 7-member Human Organ Donation and Transplant Council appointed by the Honorable Minister responsible for health to superintend over a number of functions. For example, regulation, organization, and supervision of all national human organ, tissue, and cell donation and transplant activities. Number 2, to regulate designated transplant centers and approved banks, enforce such standards as may be prescribed by the Minister for designated transplant centers and approved banks, investigate any complaint of breach of any of the provisions of this Act or any other applicable law, inspect designated transplant centers and approved banks periodically for examination of the quality of transplantation and the follow-up medical care to persons who have undergone transplantation and persons from whom organs are removed, oversee the national waiting list, etc. Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, the budget requirement to effect the establishment of this council is Uganda shilling 7,297,185,357. On this money, Uganda shillings 5 billion was requested this financial year by the Ministry of Health. When these funds are released by Finance, the Uganda Organ Donation and Transplant Council will be constituted. 7 members have since been identified for consideration by Cabinet and appointment. Honorable Wile Sanon Buramoji. His question is that in this past festival season, the urban settings in Uganda have faced different series of crime, which are termed as urban crimes that rose by 10% as reported in the newspapers, caused by gang activities, theft, illicit trade, assault, pickpocketing, robbery, and cybercrime that target financial systems and dealers. A couple of these stem from high youth unemployment, poverty, and drug abuse, especially in the urban setting. Right Honorable Prime Minister, what is government doing to ensure Ugandans on their safety, to assure Ugandans on their safety? My response, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, is that safety of people and their property is more crucial for growth and development. The government of Uganda is prioritizing institutional reforms with main goal of improving peace and security of people and their properties. This is being done by investing more in socio-economic intervention areas and technological advancement. The specialized anti-crime units with advanced forensic tools are being beefed up with more advanced machines. The CID and CMI are more equipped with better trained personnel in both covert and overt intelligence information gathering and processing. Additionally, the public is being sensitized continuously on reporting any suspicious activities around them through police initiative of crime reporting program. There is also enhanced coordination and fight against corruption in security enforcement entities so as these crimes to face the law. Honorable Speaker and honorable members, government has further established better technologies such as urban closed circuit television networks that have reduced crimes in towns. Cybersecurity infrastructure is also being expanded to curb cybercrime. The last question, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, is from Honorable Agnes Kirabo, the Youth Member of Parliament Central. She says that the teachers who are soon to be recruited by government to seed schools have been threatened not to ask for transfer, hence denying them their right to be transferred. It should be noted that some teachers do request for transfer due to health conditions, others due to having served in hard-to-reach and hard-to-live areas for a long time. But the Minister of Education has denied them that opportunity. And her question, why should government frustrate these teachers' mobility? Yet, some may have genuine reasons for a transfer. That Honorable Speaker and honorable members, my response is that it has been a culture that any teacher would ask for transfer with justifiable reasons beyond social reasons to other work station, at least after serving for 2 years in his or her current station. However, government has new guidance that the new teachers to be recruited will be required to serve in a school for at least 5 years in a new station before asking for transfer. And the government is soon recruiting a new set of secondary school teachers. And in their appointment letters and posting instructions, it will be clearly stated that they will work for at least 5 years before asking for a transfer. The purpose of this new procedure is to allow stability of teachers in schools, to avoid continuous mobility, which affects the effectiveness of teaching and learning. Secondly, it will enable smooth monitoring and supervision of teachers to support especially the seed secondary schools that are often deserted by teachers after accessing the government payroll. Thank you. I beg to submit.
Thank you, Right Honourable Prime Minister. Very detailed answers. But I think, anyway, we will discuss, but I think we can work it out that no answer should exceed 1 page. Okay? But the details are very, very good for us, but also not to burden you so much and to save some time for oral questions. Honourable colleagues, before you stand up, there is one item I want us to sort out quickly. It's a compliance issue. It's very, very short. So it's around 1 page or two. Item number 7.
Item number 7, the order paper. Motion for resolution of Parliament seeking approval to amend Schedule 2 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, Cap 118.
Honourable Minister, then after we've done, we are coming to the oral questions. It's a very quick one.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, this motion is moved under Rule 55 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament. Mr. Speaker, whereas Parliament enacted the Anti-Money Laundering Act, Cap 118, to provide for the prohibition and prevention of money laundering, the establishment of the Financial Intelligence Authority and the Financial Intelligence Authority Board in order to combat money laundering activities, to impose certain duties on institutions and other persons, businesses and professions who might be used for money laundering purposes, to make orders in relation to proceeds of crime and properties of offenders, to provide for international cooperation in investigations, prosecution, and other legal processes of prohibiting and preventing money laundering, to designate money laundering as an extraditable offense, and to provide for procedures relating to suspicious transactions and other related matters, aware that Schedule 2 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act sets out a list of accountable persons to enable the combating of money laundering, noting that Section 142(2) of the Anti-Money Laundering Act provides that the Minister responsible for finance may, by statutory instrument and with the approval of Parliament, amend the list of accountable persons in the second schedule by deleting from the list any person or category of persons not being used and not likely to be used in the future for money laundering purposes, and whereas the Minister responsible for finance proposes to amend Schedule 2 relating to accountable persons to remove non-government organizations, churches, and other charitable organizations, or non-profit organizations as required by the Financial Action Task Force, FATF, and to enable risk-based supervision of non-government organizations, churches, and other charitable organizations or non-profit organizations under the Non-Government Organizations Act, Cap 109, cognizant that the Minister responsible for finance, in accordance with Section 142(3) of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, consulted the Board of the Financial Intelligence Authority, which agreed with the Minister's proposal to amend the Schedule 2 relating to accountable persons to remove non-government organizations, churches and other charitable organizations, or non-profit organizations, noting that the minister responsible for finance, in accordance with section 142(3)(b) of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, by notice in the Gazette, gave the persons to be affected by the proposed amendment at least 60 days notice to submit written representations to the minister, and no such person submitted any representations to the matter. Now therefore be it resolved by Parliament that Schedule 2 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act be amended with the approval of Parliament in accordance with section 142(2) of Cap 118 to remove non-government organizations, churches and other charitable organizations or non-profit organizations as required by the Financial Action Task Force, FATF. Right Honorable Speaker and colleagues, I beg to move.
The motion is seconded. Honorable Sarira, Honorable Kero, Honorable Itungo, Honorable Nankabira, Honorable Rusoke, Honorable Yamukama Fred, Honorable Huda Oreru, Honorable Pendi, Honorable Tamaguzi, Honorable Biga Rose, Honorable Tom Singo, Honorable Muisha and Pe. Yeah, the Right Honorable Prime Minister. Yes, thank you. Honorable Minister, would you want to justify this motion?
Mr. Speaker, briefly, following the removal of Uganda from the Financial Action Task Force grey list in February 2024, Uganda was required to delist non-government organizations, churches and other charitable organizations from Schedule 2 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, Cap 118, and in March 2024, the Financial Action Task Force noted with concern that Uganda needed to ensure that oversight on non-profit organizations is risk-based instead of classifying them as obliged entities or accountable persons. This position was also emphasized by the Eastern and Southern Africa Anti-Money Laundering Group, what we call ESAMLAG. And Mr. Speaker, it is upon this background that I invite colleagues to support this motion so that we are able to comply with the FATF requirements and avoid the risk of returning Uganda on the grey list. I beg to move.
Thank you. Very straightforward. Colleagues, I now put the question at the motion for the resolution of Parliament seeking approval to amend Schedule 2 of the Anti-Money Laundering Act, Cap 118, as presented by the Minister, be adopted. Those in favor sign to the contrary, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Congratulations, Honourable Minister. Now go and finish your task. You don't want to be accused of not helping you quickly. Honourable James Mamawi, we've resumed the Prime Minister's time. Honourable James Mamawi, Honourable Tima Jackson.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I want to thank you so much. Yesterday, you ably responded to the issue I wanted to raise quickly.
It's 1 minute, Honourable, which
and I want to thank you. Right Honourable Prime Minister, I come from refugee hosting district, and we have a lot of challenge in refugee settlement as far as law enforcement is concerned. There are a number of police officers who are taking care of our refugees, and we request that if you can add the number of police officers in all settlements, we shall be very grateful. Right Honourable Speaker, I thank you.
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker and honourable members, today we had a meeting with the Uganda Police Force on the same, and we are going to handle.
Thank you. Honourable Tima.
Thank you very much.
Today.
Okay, thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honorable Prime Minister, I have this issue. I will never sleep over this issue if I have not got good answers from this House and from government. The state of road from Nebi to Arua is so perturbing. Yesterday I raised it. It had no good answer from the person who represented government. Right Honorable Prime Minister, the road section from Nebi to Arua City, that is Kamukamu in Kuluva, Ochoko, Arevo, Bondo, and Olepi, is in a very sorry state. It needs urgent intervention from government. Right Honorable Prime Minister, my question is, can you direct Minister of Works and Transport to undertake immediate spot filling to avert motorists, travelers, and business communities from accidents and theft of cargo as government looks for a long-term solution? Number two, Right Honorable Prime Minister, can you direct Minister of Internal Affairs to support Uganda Police with the new patrol vehicles and increase on personnel to patrol that?
Thank you. Right Honorable Prime Minister.
The Ministry of Internal Affairs is directed to provide a patrol car on that section, and the Ministry of Works is also directed to undertake physical maintenance on that part of the road. That is Nebi Arua.
Thank you. Honorable Bigaros, Honorable Saro Pendi, then Honorable Mwezo.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Yesterday I raised an issue of illegal gold mining in Terego, Odupi, and Ore River is totally contaminated. We have Chinese miners there and my people are being exploited. Can I get an answer from government how these Chinese reached Terego without documents that permit them to be in Terego in the mineral place, and they are busy terrorizing the people of Terego and Yumbe? Thank you.
Honorable Minister for Energy, Prime Minister has given me permission. When I say Minister, we move quickly.
Thank you very much. Kindly send me the name of the Chinese company so that I can follow up. Secondly, I'll send the Minister of State to come to the ground and also talk to the people. But I would like more details so that I can cross-check with the information that I have to know whether their license is authentic or it is not authentic.
Thank you, Honorable Saro Pendi. Honorable Mwezo.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, as we speak now, there is paralysis at the Malaba border point, and that is the border between Uganda and Kenya. Malaba is in Tororo district. It is said that the Uganda Revenue Authority uniforms were being imported in the country, and unfortunately when the people contacted URA, they actually stated that they did not know about these uniforms. So the person who was actually responsible was a Kenyan national who was later arrested and brought to an unknown place here at the center. So the people in Kenya around the border have actually blocked the border point. There are no vehicles moving from Uganda to Kenya, and for us that is a concern because we are now worried of our children. Can I just conclude, right?
You know we have 1 minute and we want a question. Conclude? So the question now.
So, Right Honorable Prime Minister, are you aware of this matter? And if so, can you resolve this matter in the shortest time possible so that the trucks can move?
Thank you, Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I am aware under Bubu, government contracted one of our service providers to provide uniform for URA. Now, instead of making these uniforms from Uganda, he wanted to import from Kenya. this deal, it's a deal, and we have been able to arrest all those involved, including one police officer from Kenya, other technical people from Uganda, but we have already taken them to court, and they have taken a plea, and after that they were released on court bail. But the road is now open. I can authoritatively say the business now is not back to normal. You know, the Kenyan police and other people from Kenya were trying to, I think, protect their own. But they have since known that this was an illegal activity.
Thank you.
And even the bails that were hidden in some house somewhere have been also confiscated. We shall crack on all these illegal activities.
Thank you, Honorable Mwezo. Then Honorable Rutamaguzi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me way. Right Honorable Prime Minister, Kampala-Jinja Express Highway is one of the most bankable projects that Uganda has. For over 8 years, the PAPs have not been paid, despite the fact that during the debate of the budget, the Minister of Works, through the Attorney General, told this Parliament that all the money for compensation of the PAPs was available. Today, as we speak, the PAPs cannot do renovation of their structures. They cannot construct toilets, and therefore they are using flying toilets, which may result in a disease burden. So we are worried of the circumstances in which our PAPs live. When are you?
Thank you, Right Honorable. The Minister for Works is here if you want.
Now that my younger brother is here, he might have an authentic answer.
Honorable Minister.
Come.
When are you paying PAPs for Kampala-Jinja Expressway?
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. We have some money to pay the PAPs, but I'm requesting the Honorable to be patient. We go through this transition of UNURA. When we have the money made to be on the vote of UNURA in our accounts, we shall pay probably by 15th of next month. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Tamaguzi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Prime Minister, I no longer sleep very well in my constituency of Nakaseke South due to the presidential pledges. Since you're going to celebrate 39 years of NRM, I want you to update us on these presidential pledges to the people of Nakaseke. The supply of electricity to the people of Chikubampanga, where the president used to sleep, the people of Chitanswa, the people of Lukabala, Kisimula and Chibale. Then secondly, he pledged an ambulance to Semuto Health Center 4. Then thirdly, he pledged to rehabilitate Kakonda Primary School, where I used to sleep when we were still a rebel. Then lastly, the graveling of Lugogo Road, which connects the district of Nakaseke to Luwero. Please, I want to know the update of those.
Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I want my brother to have a sleep today. I'm going to sleep very well because I have the answers. I know the number of pledges that are being implemented right now, and you know this. Yes, Luwero Butarangu Road is almost 52% complete. Clap. We are currently rehabilitating and making sure that we complete Luwero Hospital by Army Brigade. Clap. Clap. Then for the electricity, I know under the SCARA project, Honorable Nankabirwa can give you an update. Things are moving.
Ambulance.
Right, Honorable Speaker, 49% of all the commitments of government we made between the people of Uganda during this Kisanja are complete. 39% of others are almost complete. This year, I must be sincere to you, honorable members, the NRM government is going to perform above 84%.
Thank you.
And you know that the ambulance is coming.
No, right honorable the woman MP Nakaseke, maybe I can allow her information. You are woman MP Honorable Tamaguzi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I wanted to give information on the ambulance. Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I wanted to give information on the ambulance that was pledged by His Excellency Kaguta Museveni for Semto Health Center. It was delivered. It is there. Honorable Tamaguzi, that ambulance is there. I can even give you the pictures for Semto Health Center.
So, Honorable Tamaguzi crap. No, honorable colleagues, this is very easy to verify, okay? Yes, so the woman MP is saying the ambulance is there. So it's up to you. The people of Nakaseke know, okay? Yes, Honorable Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker, the NRM government has been implementing these pledges. And in general terms, let me inform my colleague and the House that at least we can talk about 60% electricity access in the entire country. Remembering where we came from when we had only 100 megawatts by 1986, we have worked on the generation. The people of Chikuwampanga will get this power, like we have been doing, like we've just supplied to the people of Sambwe and the rest. So please hold on, we are coming and we shall bring this electricity.
Rutamaguzi clap. Today Rutamaguzi has been, yes. Honorable Mudimi, Honorable Najuma, what did you, Honorable Mudimi, Honorable Najuma, Honorable Joan Okia.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Prime Minister, you recall, it is 2 months since we had a disaster in our place, and a number of infrastructure got damaged. Bridges, roads. There is a specific bridge which connects most of the sub-counties of Elgoni County, 5 of them, which was washed. I've talked to Minister of Works. They said they don't have a budget, but we have a provision under Section 26 and 27 of PFM on the contingency fund. Is there a way government can fix that bridge under contingency fund? Because the cost of goods have doubled, apparently, and the Wananchi are suffering. And
thank you. Right Honourable Prime Minister. Minister for Roads. I saw the Prime Minister trying to check if you are attentive.
That Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, I want to appreciate that those people need support. I was there myself. I remember walking 9 kilometers on foot to reach that place where he's talking about. And I want to request members to give a moment of silence in remembrance of those people who lost their dear life.
May their souls rest in eternal peace.
Right Honourable Speaker, we have done the following so far. Right Honourable Speaker, we have been able to relocate a big numbers of families in that area. Secondly, the Ministry of Works and my office are in touch to see how best we can reconstruct the infrastructure that got washed away, especially that bridge he's talking about. We are in advanced stages. Feasibility study and designs were already carried out. So I just want to inform my brother that we shall look for money at whatever cost, and so that you can have access, because 5 sub-counties are many.
Thank you. Honorable Najuma.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, there.
Procedure, Honorable Sari.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you. My judge, the one I love so much, the Prime Minister, did authorize and direct us to observe a moment of silence, which is perfectly okay as human beings. But what Honorable Speaker, that's for purposes of procedural clarity, that a member on the floor can only seek for a moment through the Speaker, and it is the Speaker to authorize. We don't want to set a bad precedent that tomorrow I will come and say, let's stand up for a moment of silence and do it anyhow. So, Right Honorable Speaker, I needed procedural clarity so that your powers are not usurped by my judge there.
Thank you. You know, Honorable Vasari is the president. He fears that his powers might also be taken that way. But I think we should clarify further, because the Right Honorable, when she was raising it, she looked at me. I told you, colleagues, sometimes we communicate by sign language. So I think I should have notified you. So I should have, most of you have been communicating by sign language. So I think I should have notified you that she wanted through the Right Honorable Speaker. But your point is valid. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, there are telecommunication companies that are giving out lines in people's names when they're using people's national IDs when the owners are not aware. Today I went to Crested Towers, that M10 center, and a lady had come to replace a line. She was informed that there is another line in her names, and she wasn't aware of the line. So what is government doing on that issue, because it's also a security threat? Some people will be arrested when they are not aware. So government should take note of that and act accordingly. Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Right Honorable. No, colleagues, you know, Prime Minister's time, we don't have additional questions on the same.
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, it is true I have got complaints that people's lines have changed ownership without the consent of the owners. I now direct the Minister of ICT and National Guidance to take charge and make sure that the lines of Ugandans are not just changed out of the blue. And I request that you allow him report thereafter.
Thank you. Right Honorable Prime Minister, on top of what you have said, this is a very big cartel, I think, which we shouldn't just take on face surface. We should assign the Committee on ICT to investigate this matter deeply, because it's not just there is a time when nearly all our SIM cards had been hijacked. Many members were seeing messages, my SIM card has been hijacked, my SIM card has been hijacked. And then the criminals who are still roaming around, they do this, they say send mobile money. But we said all numbers which are not registered shouldn't be live, shouldn't be active. I don't know why they are continuing to do that. So I think it's high time the committee, I see in other countries, parliaments interrogating telecoms. Yes, the executives of telecoms appear before parliament, and even the public appears and registers cases. Right Honourable Minister for Finance, remember I told you about the issue of someone who is harassing me on online loans. The public is waiting. Up to now, people are still crying. I'm still receiving messages. Right Honourable Prime Minister, there are apps online. They submit your name, okay? That as a guarantor. You know, these apps, Right Honourable Prime Minister, when you download it, it asks you for a guarantor, and it doesn't verify. So I can put in your number, no banja. Now, after putting it in, they give you money. And then when you don't pay, because their business is too risky, they start harassing. They use a method of harassing. Some people are committing suicide. In India, for example, in India, I was reading a report in India, and above all, they harvest, the app harvests data from your phone. They access your pictures, they access your contacts, and then start threatening you. We have your naked pictures, we have your what. If you don't, they send to parents, they send to neighbors, they send it to everyone. That's how they demand money. But I've raised it, and really, Honourable Minister, I don't know whether you've already called these people for a meeting and the report you promised. It's a serious matter. Yes, people are doing badly. People are selling land, people are fearing to be embarrassed. And I'm told one thing which I followed on social media, maybe I'm going to tell my team to compile and give you a report. He said, you will do nothing about it because it is powerful people taking this money. I'm telling you. Honourable Naruyima.
Right, Honourable, thank you so much. And I'd registered that same item. Because what happened, one of these days, one of us in this building had used those apps, monetary apps, and yesterday they sent to many of us informing us that we are the guarantors. And they went ahead to get a police-headed paper and put that person there. And then later on, when I checked the number that sent me that I'm a guarantor, and they are demanding money, and they will go ahead to deduct from my mobile money in case I don't meet those expenses, only to check the number wasn't registered, and I also forwarded that line, the number which is not registered. So we are still asking up to this day, why should we have such going on? Why are numbers not registered? Why? What is UCC up to when we still have numbers that are not registered in circulation, and they are really disturbing many of us and many of Ugandans? I beg to ask.
Honourable Timizugu.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Under those circumstances, you know all our numbers are on parliamentary website. Yes. And they are very easy to access. And being politicians, these numbers might be used by those people who want guarantors. So we are at a very high risk because our contacts are online. So we need to do something as quickly as possible so that we do not, all of us do not fall victims. Thank you so much.
Let's conclude this matter because we are just, I wanted to give a chance to others. I have very many colleagues who have. So since I've already directed that the Committee for ICT investigates this matter, okay? Honourable Minister, I don't know the one of these loan apps. Yes?
That's what I want. Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, what we have not focused on is the regulation of now these online money lending, ICT, yes, online money lending apps. There is no regulation. It is there. So if the regulation is there, why is the regulation not being enforced? And can then somebody first be consulted? If you need a guarantor from the normal banks, if I went to a bank now, the bank would actually ask somebody to physically, guarantee me for a loan. But now online, anybody puts your number, and that is, if there are regulations, Honorable Minister of Finance, who is saying there are regulations. Then there is a gap in the regulations. Maybe, Right Honorable Speaker, it is this that we should ask the minister, responsible Minister of Finance, to actually go and revise these regulations, or even amend the law so that, you know, they tighten some of these loopholes that are existing currently.
Thank you. Honorable Katabazi.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. My case is actually somebody borrows money from my account without my consent, and then when you load, it deducts. Is it Wewole has collected this much? Then another one, is it Quick Loan has collected this much when you've never borrowed at all? So it is a very dangerous thing. I've lost a lot of money. I've got a lot of proof on that, because my Nini can be printed from Airtel.
Thank you. Now, you see, when they tell you that we shall access your mobile money and deduct the money you guaranteed without knowing, this is what is happening. Honourable Minister for Finance, I don't know what you've done. I cried out to you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we instituted an investigation. I need to check whether they have concluded the report and report back to you. But Mr. Speaker, also, these are illegal platforms. The legal ones are regulated. The National Payment Systems Law created an avenue for all these payment platforms to be regulated. But what is happening is illegal. It is being done outside the existing law. Mr. Speaker, I am also a victim. Not for money, but someone was abusing me sustainably, attacking me left, right, and center, until when I reported and the number was investigated to find this was a registered number being used by someone I know, but registered with using an ID of a non-existent person, a forged ID. So you can imagine, we are all in the same boat. Mr. Speaker, on the payment platforms, let me follow up, because it is long since you brought this matter to our attention. Let me follow up and report back to the House next week.
Thank you. I'll be really, really glad to see the action being taken, because people are dying quietly. And on abuse, Right Honourable and colleagues, on abuse, colleagues, we are going into election period. A lot is going to be done to you. What we usually call saddling. It's going to be tougher. You have names, people are going to use your names recently. So recently, I just woke up. I saw some lady running, wasn't it around second what? A video on me that I'm sleeping with some celebrity woman, some celebrity lady in town, and she appeared serious, breaking news. I found she's doing that because she's hiding in Canada. She's in Canada. She's on TikTok. My wife was the first to send it to me. She's in Canada. She's on TikTok. She is talking authoritatively about someone whose number I don't have, someone whom I've never spoken to, and say the person. Then now she has talked about another MP here. Also, I sent him a message, one of our colleagues, saying they've also added you, and because now. And now, because TikTok pays, people are desperately looking for content. So they just go, someone called this, it's saying Acid. You first hear, Acid. She's a Mchiga from, she abuses, she attacks people in Uganda, but she's a Mchiga from here, Kabari. Now, I must follow her. Because we cannot allow this nonsense to continue. Because you're in Canada, hiding in Canada, one day they will visit Uganda. The law will be applied here. Yes, you can't just go destroy people's families. And it's not only me. I'm told many people. You can't go destroy people's families because you're in Canada and you're safe in Canada. And then they pay you because you have run content and adverts are being run on your page. You make money by destroying my name, my reputation. And you think we shall keep quiet. So I think we have to go for these people. We cannot allow this nonsense to really. We must report to police. We ensure they are investigated. Anyway, it's, some of these things are annoying. And we have been patient, but to come and put someone on me because you want to make content and you make money, it's very unfair. I think it's very unfair.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, I had already allowed who?
Joanne.
I had allowed Honorable Joanne Okia.
Thank you.
So from Honorable Joanne Okia, Honorable Sarira, Honorable Nangori, Honorable Christine.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Madiokolo District is grappling with low staffing levels, the lowest in the country at 33%. There was a ban on recruitment, and the 250 million shillings that was meant to recruit staff in that financial year was swept back. Now, a few districts with higher staffing levels were okayed, were approved to continue recruiting, and their wage was returned, but not for Madiokolo. So my question, because there's a correlation between the staffing level and education level, even in the schools. Right now, PLE results are going to be released. It would be a great, they've been released. It will be a great miracle for Madiokolo at 33% staffing level to compete with anyone in this country. My question is, the same way we've done 1 billion to all districts, road equipment to all districts, PDM to all districts, can't Madiokolo get staffing like other districts so that we can actually compete and also give service delivery? Secondly, the 250 million which was swept back, can it be revert back to Madiokolo? And can we be allowed to start with that as government plans for us to put us at the same level as...
Thank you, Right Honourable Prime Minister. Minister for Public Service.
Much, Right Honourable Speaker, and the Prime Minister for giving me this opportunity. The ban was lifted for those who have the wage, and the recruitment is ongoing. Now we are going to take special interest in Madiokolo and make sure we help them to recruit as well if they have the wage. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Sarira.
Right Honourable Speaker, I want to thank you. Right Honourable Speaker, when the Constitution was enacted, in Article 129, there was a provision to establish Qadi courts to enable the Muslim community deal with matters of divorce, inheritance, marriage, succession, and guardianship. In the legislative agenda of government since the 10th Parliament, this matter was raised, there was no commitment. And the Parliament continues to pass laws on succession. There is now a marriage bill, and Muslims are being excluded because the Constitution envisages a special law for them. Right Honourable Prime Minister, when is government coming up with the Qadi Courts bill to enable Muslims to address issues of personal Muslim law?
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
I request my grandson, who I expected to be in Usoga, to welcome the president. He's
welcome
here.
his colleague.
His colleague. I request, Right Honourable Speaker, that he puts that in writing so that I can give him a better answer.
Thank you. Yes, I had already picked on Wanangori. Okay. Honorable Christine Nachimwero.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Honorable colleagues, if you know you have programs out and you want to speak and go, please, we shall not work that way. Yeah. The more I see you putting me on pressure, the more I push you at the back so that we can be together here. Yes, Honorable Christine.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you so much. My question goes to the Prime Minister. Right Honorable Speaker, my urgent matter concerns the weather forecast. I request that at least every 3 months, the Prime Minister orders the line minister to share with us the weather forecast for the upcoming months for our people to plan well. Otherwise, rumors are starting that there are serious rains soon. People prepare to utilize the fast rains, but Parliament is not aware of that, and they are at the forefront of sharing such information with their electorates. So it is, I'm just requesting, if it is possible for you to direct our line minister to always share weather forecasts at the beginning of the 3 months. I thank you.
Thank you. Like how we ask you for business for the week, succeeding week, we are about to ask you weather forecast for the succeeding month.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, this is a very good question, and I would request my sister to give me this question in writing so that I can come here with all the information that is required. Secondly, so that our public can also benefit from this question. I beg.
But Right Honorable Prime Minister, what I pick from Honorable Christian is keep updating us like monthly, because even if you give us for now, okay, so you tell the ministry, we can always give them space to always give us an update in terms of weather forecast, especially when we have the planting season. Yeah.
No problem, Right Honorable Speaker.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. Yes, Honorable Pio Samuel, Honorable Abdara Chiwanuka, Honorable Isingoma.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Prime Minister, I want to thank government for commencing the construction of Akibwa Stadium to host AFCON. It came as a Christmas gift to the people of Lango. However, Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Prime Minister, the hosting of AFCON by Akibwa Stadium is also premised on upgrade of Gulu Airfield to an airport and construction of the Konayer-Konabohe Icheme-Bobi Road, which is the shortest route connecting Gulu City to Lira City. However, we have just 2.5 years and these processes have not begun. So I just wanted to know, when is that upgrade of Gulu Airfield to an airport and construction of Konayer-Konabohe Icheme-Bobi Road going to start? Thank you.
Thank you, Right Honorable. Honorable Minister.
Okay, thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. It is true that is the same project, but our road and airfield is being led by the supervisory consultant, and we believe in 3 weeks from now we shall have finalized the issues we have with him. Then the contractor can go on site. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Honorable Abdara Chiwanuka.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, in the district called Mukono, where I come from, there is a gazetted land for forests. This land has seriously been encroached on under the protection of armed officials. I want to ask the Prime Minister whether government has given up on this land so that we can also encourage our people to come and settle on this land. It has severally appeared in the press. Several petitions have been made. People have created private freehold titles. Government is only protecting some special people with guns. Our people are landless. Should we encourage our people to also come and settle on this land under the Namioya Forest Reserve?
Right Honourable.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, I will interact with my brother. Please don't mobilize people to go and take over the forest reserve. We have been cancelling titles. We continue to cancel titles in our forest reserves. Whenever you see a freehold title in Uganda, you know that is fake. Either that is government land that was titled, or whenever you see, if it's not a Milo title in Uganda here, just be skeptical. Recently, they wanted to sell us our government land here for KCCA dumping site. When I saw that this was a freehold title, I told KCCA to go slow, because we know these freehold titles are always titled on our government land or forests. So eventually they discovered that this was a forest. And so I request that you give me more details. We shall handle. We are here to do that.
Thank you. Dr. Singoma.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, Hoima City, which I represent in this House, is grappling with a very big problem of lack of road equipment. And Right Honourable Speaker, this problem has been ongoing for the last 4 years. We have been singing about this problem. I think I've shared with my brother, Honourable Musasizi. Even my younger brother there, the Minister of State, I've shared. Actually, when this list came of supplementary, I was expecting to be surprised with a provision for procurement of a road equipment for Hoima City. Right Honourable Speaker and the Right Honourable Prime Minister, I want to know today from the powers that be, is there any intention of procuring road equipment for the cities, Right Honourable Speaker, for the 10 cities, you know, because the problem is not only for Hoima. It's
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, you are aware that last year we provided new equipments to the new districts. All the new districts now have new equipment. Next is the cities. All the cities, currently I know there are procurement processes ongoing between the government of Uganda and Japan directly. Be patient and vote wisely.
Thank you. Honourable
NRM.
Honourable Sime Julius, Honourable Cheranga Simon, Honourable Acrobat Chiza.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Right Honourable Prime Minister, in Rwampara district, we have been faced with a strange disease that is affecting our banana plantations, and it has affected their quality in taste and even in appearance. They appear a little rusty and brown. And this has affected the price of these bananas and the livelihood of our people. Right Honourable Prime Minister, we request that you send a team to ascertain what disease this is, but also provide a long-term solution, because this is the second month it is happening. I thank you.
Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Right Honourable Speaker and Honourable Members, we have production officers across the country in all districts, and I believe Rwampara has one. So I am of the view that we get a report from those technical people from Rwampara, then I direct the Ministry of Agriculture to handle this quickly.
Thank you, Honorable Solomon Cherangat.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, Kapchorwa-Swam Road is towards this tail end, and that works is supposed to end by June of this year. However, Right Honorable Speaker, before the mainstreaming of UNRWA to the main ministry, there were some activities that were supposed to be done. For example, construction of the main market at the border of Swam. Secondly, compensation of these people who were affected by the project during the construction works. And also, there are some local suppliers who supplied some building materials to the contractor, but they have not been paid to date. Now, our fear, Right Honorable Speaker, is when this project now is concluded, what happens with the output?
Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I want to assure Ugandans that the transition from UNRWA to Ministry of Works, during this process, nobody will lose in any way. The other day, I got people from Mubende who were like, some of their land titles are still with UNRWA. We have put a process, a clear process, that the Ministry of Works will handle as, because that's why we have some staff of UNRWA who are currently now under the Ministry of Works. And the people of SWAM will also be handled in the same way. Can I request the Minister, if there is anything you can add on my submission?
Thank you. Honorable Chiza Robert, Honorable Nebanda, Honorable Major Retired Okuro Anthony.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, in the year 2017 and 2020, government grant aided Sonko Secondary School and the Bukonzo Seed in Wundibujo. But to our dismay, Mr. Speaker, to date, these two government-aided schools have never been considered for construction. They are operating under dilapidated wooden structures. My prayer, Mr. Speaker, I want to request.
Thank you. No, it's noted from your submission. Right
Thank
Honourable
you.
Prime Minister.
Thank you.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, the member from Bundibujo is a very close friend of mine. He's one of those who have never spent a week without stepping in my office. Let us handle this at that level.
Thank you.
Involve the Minister of Education. We shall handle that. We have handled so many things.
Thank you, Honorable Nebanda. Honorable Dr. Anthony Okolo.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Prime Minister, it's the time of the year and schools are resuming very soon. And I understand the PLOE results are already out. There's a growing concern of the fee structure, and government has not clearly come out to state clearly on how to handle the matter. And this is causing mayhem among us, and I believe all of us are parents and we've been victims at some point. In secondary schools, both government and private schools, they've been laying or presenting their own different prices for school fees. Can government come out to at least or maybe create a fee structure, because it's creating a big concern, and those who are able, who have good results and can't afford to join school, can government
This is a tough one, eh? Because government repluralized it. Now, I request the member to put this in writing.
Thank you.
So that next week, I can give the country a better answer.
Thank you. Honorable Dr. Okuro Anthony.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. I'm up to report again problem of death in my constituency. I reported this last year, and it has blown out of proportion now with the cholera outbreak, now 2 weeks in Agoro sub-county in my constituency. And we know the problem is poverty. The president initiated a dam in Agoro, but it is non-functioning. And my prayer is that 2 more dams be initiated to help the community in Agoro sub-county, in Paloga, in Potika, and in Lokung East. The reason for cholera outbreak is just that there is poverty, there is ignorance, and there is, of course, disease.
Question, Honorable.
Prayers is that...
Right, Honorable Prime Minister, the dams need to be constructed. That's what Honorable Anthony. Thank you.
Right, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, cholera is an urgent disease that needs to be tackled. A dam may take a lot of time to be constructed. What I think is we can do is the department in the district and the Ministry of Health will go so that we can save lives first, then construct the dams later.
Thank you. Honorable Zama Siraj, Honorable Kujizwe Ronald, Honorable Chemutai Phyllis.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the government of Uganda received a grant from Japan to construct and tarmac a road from Yumbe Town Council up to a river called Ore. It has now taken 2 years. This project has stalled. I wanted to know from the Prime Minister what is happening. Why is the road not taking place?
Right, Honorable Minister.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. We are aware of the matters, the ministry, and there are some obligations we must meet as government in order to get the grant. We are discussing this matter with the Ministry of Finance, and they are promising us to sort this one out. Once it is finished, we shall be able to receive that grant and utilize it.
And expedite. Honorable Kujizwe Ronald.
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Speaker. To the Prime Minister, my issue is about the establishment of Bunyoro University. This has been here for some good time, and we were promised that come the next academic year, it will be operational. To my dismay, looking at the budget estimates for the coming financial year, it is under the unfunded priorities. My prayer, Right Honorable Prime Minister, is that at least government should really get for us money as Bunyoro University, bearing in mind that Bunyoro is the only sub-region that doesn't have a university.
Right Honorable Prime Minister.
I want to thank my brother, Honorable Akugizibwe Harid. We have our Bunyoro name is called Akasojo Kato. That Akasojo Kato Kachumita. Meaning he's very sharp and bright. Right Honorable Speaker, Bunyoro University was provided for in this current budget. The National Council of Higher Education has provided us with a report. We were supposed to ground break the construction in November last year, but we had the issues of land. He's aware. We have, together with the Ministry of Education, drawn a roadmap so that we can use Army Brigade to construct the university. Currently, the president is in touch with somebody who claims to own government land. And very soon, this issue will be put to rest and the construction will start thereafter.
Thank you.
As for next financial year's budget, I am being sincere to you, we shall prevail over and the money will again be provided.
Right Honorable, since we considered Busoga and Bunyoro at the same time, you can also give an update on Busoga.
Right Honorable Speaker, Busoga University had managerial issues when they handed over that university to government, which have since been sorted, and they have a budget of 10 billion, which will be implemented. We are implementing Busoga and Bunyoro at the same time.
Thank you. Honorable Chemtai Fides.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, I would like to report to this August House that on the 3rd of this month, Kapchora Municipal Market was gutted by fire, and a lot of destruction was made on property and goods of the vendors and even on the infrastructure. It is estimated that the losses can cost like around 2 billion shillings. The market vendors are now in a dilemma, confused on what to do because they are not eating. There's no food because their main income was coming from this business. They are lacking where to sleep because some of them are being evicted from their houses. So the prayers are...
Honorable colleagues, I just need a question. Very sharp. No wrong story. Honorable Chemtai. Yes, what do you want government to do in form of a question?
The question is, these people need to be compensated. They need to be given relief food. They need a modern market to be constructed. And they need also the government entities to go to the ground and assess the lost property. Thank you.
Right Honorable Prime Minister, when are you doing all this?
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable members, I've been to Kapchora Market myself. Of course, they got a problem when their market was burnt. I request the member to get in touch with the Ministry of Local Government so that we can budget for that market. We also have a project that is almost ended of the one that is with the Ministry of Lands. I'm also going to make sure that I join the minister as an advocate so that that market is reconstructed. As for food, as for relief, that one is under my docket. We shall see that those people are supported with relief food. As for compensation, I think I need something written so that we can handle that.
Thank you, Right Honor. We are concluding with Honorable Sechanzi, Honorable Chirumira, Honorable Moloni, Honorable Karwanga, and Honorable Serubura. Yes, I've already... No, Honorable Katawazi, you spoke. I can't give you twice, you know.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, you called out to such as so I got confused. Sorry. But I thank you for the opportunity. Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Oh, I noted the question from, he came to office, Honorable Herbert Kashonji. Yes, he came to office for his question.
Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Monitor newspaper of November 13, 2024, the front page, analyzed the problem of school dropouts, indicating 1.8 million learners enrolled in primary 1 in 2012. That same cohort was followed up to senior 6, 2024. Only 140,000 were able to register for senior 4. Now, these dropouts ideally should be skilled if we are to address the problem of unemployment. If the policy of government is to have a TVET per constituency, Chankwanzi district, 2 constituencies, no TVET institution, and we have a number of unemployed youth. What is the plan of government to help us with this problem?
Right Honorable.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, that's why people vote Museveni. He has been, yes, he has constructed skilling centers. You are aware, you are also happy